Edenderry Town FC, Edenderry, and representing our general sponsors who are sponsoring the presentation tonight, Bank of Ireland, Mr. Kieran. Members of the executive from the Leicester Football Association, Father McAvoy, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. Among our honoured guests tonight we have representing the Professional Footballers Association of Ireland, Mr. Jimmy Jackson. I'd like to extend Jimmy a very sincere welcome. And all our formal prayers for our guests here tonight, Jim Quinlan, Greg Kelly. The whole committee man was here tonight who did an awful lot of work for Edenderry Town in his time, Mr. John Wyman. Stand up here and call up the proceedings. But we will get along now with the presentations. Now I would like to stress this, that this weekend, summer weekend as you'd like to call it was for the object of the exercise is to honour the team that won the first trophy for Edenderry Town. And it took 46 years to do it, believe it or not. And that was the 1972 team led by Tony Marks. As one local press man said, and I think he hit the nail on the head, it was a large injection of a pet pill, and it injected a spirit in Edenderry Town. That's what it has in the past. We have gone from strength to strength since the 6th of June 1972, which also happened to be the birthday of our 76 years young president, Paddy Maloney. And certainly after the match, he was celebrating the winning of the County Cup and his birthday on the same day. Birthday he had. But anyway, we get along now with the presentation of the Bank of Ireland sponsor, player of the war of the years in personality and the dog, and I would like to call on Mr. Kieran O'Driscoll, the local manager of the Bank of Ireland, to say a few words. Mr. O'Driscoll.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very brief. I just want to say that it's a distinct privilege and my pleasure to be here this evening, and there are important words and important news that's going to come out now, so I will hold you up at home just to say again thank you very much for the invitation here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. O'Driscoll. And now we will get on with the presentation. Now, before we make the presentation, I would like to call on the Secretary, Mark Knight. Now, I'd like to stress this. I haven't a clue, and Chairman of the club, who is getting those particular awards. We will start with the youth team. Now, the manager of the divisional manager of the youth and the second division happened to be Mr. Bob Dillon, but unfortunately Bob can't be with us tonight, but he sent down a very able deputy, and he sent the treasurer of the Leicester Football Association, Mr. Frank Malloy. Mr. Malloy. So I will call on Mr. Frank Malloy now to present the youth award. And I am being handed the youth award now. As I said, I haven't a clue who it is. So if we could have, for his dedication and what have you, for the youth side in 1972, Shawnee Farrell. Okay. Again, I have Mr. Martin will hand to me. And we're presented by Mr. Frank Malloy again. Eddie McGrath.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have B team. And to make the B team award, the regional manager in this case has been Mr. Kevin Byrne. So I will call on Mr. Kevin Byrne to make the presentation to you. Mr. Byrne is the regional manager of Pavillion. No other.
Here he comes through now.
On this, I would call on the Secretary of the National Football Association, one of the best known names in football, Mr. Frank Boyle, to make this award. Could we have the name, Martin, please? Charlie Grant. I'd like to stress that all those were the player's choice. Now the personality is the committee's choice. Again, I have as the chairman of the club. Martin has the name there. And to make this presentation, I would like to call on a man who is probably one of the best known names in soccer in the Republic of Ireland. And has just come back. This man has just came back from South America. He's looking quite well. He's got 5 holidays.
Fancy.
Now, if I was to tell you, I'd start saying that this man was at the top of the soccer football, I would be here half the night. I can just call on Mr. John Farrell, President of the Football Association of Ireland, and ladies and gentlemen, this is one announcement I will take great pleasure in announcing. Our personality, Mr. Edenderry Soccer himself, Francis McGuinness. Mr. Soccer himself, John Farrell. I would call him John. John has been a very good friend of Edenderry Town over the years. You know, county football today, the county football as we know it, it's a very, very big league. But I can remember, and so can John Farrell remember, this man started, it was his brainchild. He started with 8 clubs in Kildare many years ago. So 8 clubs, including Edenderry Town, of course. And today it's one of the biggest leagues in the country. So, as I said before, if I started to tell you what this man means soccer football in the Republic of Ireland. Be here at hand tonight. So next year will be God. He will be President of the Football Association of Ireland, and it's very, very well deserved. So we have a round of applause for him. Ladies and gentlemen, say a few words with the grandfather.
Mr. President, Reverend Father, distinguished guests and friends all. Tonight, to me, is a great privilege and indeed a great pleasure to speak a few words of encouragement and also congratulations to Edenderry Town. On my way down here tonight, I was trying to reminisce to myself the progress that has been made in county football. Since we formed at late close 21 years ago, in Edenderry Town, were one of the stalwarts then who gave me great assistance to members who hold a very high esteem sitting here tonight, heading along with esteemed president and certainly Frank here, giving me not alone have they proved great assets to association football. It's evident by the big gathering here tonight, and I have witnessed many a big gathering here in Edenderry, that they have brought along men with vision and men with character to maintain the proud standards of Edenderry Town. And tonight, with the culmination to me, and to prove how successful it has been, and how to reward those who contribute most and those who contribute in the best interests of the club, sacrificing probably themselves and their family. And I think that Francie McGuinness certainly merits the award tonight. I know he's a very humble man, and I know that his attention to detail is one of his greatest attributes and assets. And I can assure you that if he was living anywhere near Dublin, he'd be on the Leinster Junior League and probably making another legislator, because I would be very pleased to have him on my team. Edenderry Town, as I said, I am very proud of, in one of my other hats, as president of the Leinster Junior League, that Edenderry Town are one of the stalwarts and one of the strongest members of our league. They set a great example in playing, in application, and in conduct. And not lapse now and again they get slapped. They come back to the way they look again. And that happens to all. But the fact is, that Edenderry Town are providing a wonderful amenity here and a great outlet for young people who want to play association football. And let's be clear about it. It is one of the greatest games in the world. This year alone, two counties teams, Edenderry and Castleford, graced the final of the William Shield Cup in Tolka Park. I was not here to witness it, unfortunately, but I did read it was one of the finest games this season played in Dublin. Of all the competitions, the major competitions, the William Shield Cup final between Castleford and Kilvilla was the greatest game this season, and so the paper said. But that only shows the progress that's been made. And one of the things I would also like to point out is that you see that Edenderry Town are not forgetting the principles and the most significant part of any club, the youth. And I was delighted to see a youth award here tonight, and that they will continue to foster a youth team. That is very important. Because, again, out of a small beginning, it was my great pleasure this year to see a county team reach the final of the FAI Youth Cup at Longtown. And that, again, proves the significance and the progress that's been made in the counties. And I have no doubt in the next decade, I have 21 years ago we set up the counties, and I have no doubt in the next 10 years, the Dublin clubs will be just playing second fiddle, because there's the standards coming in, There's a form of professional approach that's coming in, and there's some good footballers and wonderful talent that's been displayed right throughout the province of Munster, and it makes me very proud to see that. And I compliment all the clubs, including Edenderry, on that contribution made today to make this success that's so evident. If I could come for one few moments to just play away the junior football and refer to our international team. Quite recently, our international team travelled to South America to play certain countries that we had committed to play. Unfortunately, the prices arose the factors of which we had no making, but affected us. It meant that we had to cry off playing one good friend and neighbour, Argentina, and we also had to fail to play Peru due against the same problem. But we did feel that the Football Association of Ireland were committed to honour their commitments. We had promised to play Brazil to open a new stadium in Uberlândia with a population of 133,000 people who were principally guided by the Honourable Fathers of each corps. And we had agreed to play that match for the opening of that stadium. And let me say this, irrespective of the result, we felt and we know we've done the right thing. If the time comes in sport, when you don't play unless you know you're going to win, then it's time we get it up. International football is the acme and it's the pinnacle of the pyramid. But in every pyramid, the base is the most important thing. And you don't have to be mathematicians to know that. And the base of the Football Association of Ireland is the Leinster Football Association, the Connachts, the Munster and the Ulster. And the teams at Edenderry, Killavilla and those, they are the people who form the base of the pyramid of the Football Association of Ireland. And I know that every one of those people would much prefer us to see maintaining the honour of the Football Association on their behalf than to yield to the pressure that was put on the Football Association of Ireland to stop us playing in South America when the teams that consider to be our friends refused to play us in friendlies in the last 6 months. And that should not be forgotten by people. Everybody wants to be a friend when they're looking for your support. But the Football Association of Ireland, with a public team, have proved in competitive football they are second to none. And if we lose in friendly matches, and if we increase our popularity throughout the world, and if we make friends throughout the world, and if we're respected for being what we are throughout the world, then we are doing a good job. That's all I can say. I know that the criticism that has been levied at us from certain quarters did not come from the genuine soccer writers who know and appreciate and see the effort that's been made in football. But those who want the easy little book with their smart paragraphs and their jokers' names and the disgraceful reference to our president and to our secretary and so forth as that, I can assure you that the intelligence of the Irish people now just being put in a great penny basket, and they're only shown their own ignorance and their own consent. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the privilege of being here. I hope that I have contributed in some more small way here. But let me say this: I wish Edenderry Town every success in the future, and despite the fact that business calls will be greater on me, let me reassure you that I hope that I'm back here as president of the association. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, could we have the captain and manager of the 1972 side up here, Mr. Tony Mark? Tony, on behalf of the Edenderry Town FC, for the wonderful lead he gave us in 1972. They started it all. What they get all of us. We're deeply grateful here. On behalf of the Edenderry Town FC, I'd like to make this presentation.